I was rewatching one of my older videos, and I actually wanted to talk about it a bit more in that video, but it would have made the video too long. What I said was that I feel like people toss the term narcissist around a lot. It turned into a buzzword. I mean, narcissistic personality disorder is a serious condition. I mean, people just call anyone a narcissist because they can't articulate a better way to describe someone who may seem difficult to deal with. It's like that online, like, this person decides to do something that benefits themselves. Man, what a narcissist. Like, they'll use it as a catch-all insult, even if the person who decided to do whatever they decided to do is not necessarily bad for them. Listen, narcissists do exist, obviously, but I feel like people use the word as a way to dismiss someone's behavior without a deeper analysis, nor truly knowing someone. I've seen people get called a narcissist simply because they're not willing to do what someone else wants them to do or conform to their own personal behavior. They think since, you're not doing something for me or acknowledging me, or you don't agree with my point, you're self-absorbed and you're probably a narcissist. Listen, I've seen the same with the terms sociopath and psychopath. I've been called a sociopath like 5 times in my life from people online who know nothing about me. Like a month ago, when I was playing Dota 2 with my friend, right? My friend, he cheeses a lot. I'm not gonna lie. He always plays the most cheesy strategies. For some reason, it's fun to him. And it's so cheesy that sometimes we stomp games completely. Like we stomp games to the point where people don't even get a chance to fight back. I remember someone was calling him and I a sociopath because we're winning games too hard. And it's funny, I never speak. I don't type to people in online games. I don't even use voice chat. So I don't say anything. This guy is sitting there raging about us, and now my friend and I are sociopaths. So you never heard me speak because I don't speak. You know nothing about me as a person. I've never seen your name before either. So this might be our first encounter. And it's just me beating you in an unranked game. It's unranked, by the way. But because it's not in your favor and you're getting stomped that badly, I'm somehow a sociopath. I remember another time. This is the second time I remember someone. This is the first time someone ever called me a sociopath. I remember years upon years ago, this had to be so long ago, in Team Fortress 2, right? TF2. I was never somebody who traded items that much, but I did trade hats and other stuff briefly, right? I remember I traded this hat to somebody. It was about $120 at that time. Maybe I might be exaggerating the price. I don't remember the exact number. So I sell this guy. I see this guy, right? And I say, sure, let's trade. You know what I'm saying? Send me the medal and all that stuff, right? And it has to be the same value as the hat, right? You want this TF2 hat, same value. So we traded successfully. There were no issues. He sent me about $120 worth of items in exchange for this TF2 hat. So this dude, not even 24 hours later after the trade, he hits me up. Yo, man, can I get a refund on my stuff? Can I get a refund? And I said, no. Like, what? We traded. You got your hat and I got my stuff. There are no refunds, bro. Like, I'm not giving you your stuff back. And he says, and he's not lying about this because he told me this before we even traded. He said this before we traded. He said, yo, sorry if I sound sad. My grandfather's in the hospital and he's in the critical care unit. And I felt so bad for that I actually lowered the price of the hat. It wasn't supposed to be a $120 trade. It was worth more. But his sob story convinced me that, I should give him some leniency. He's going through something. This is just a hat anyway, you know what I'm saying? But it's still business, the Aku discount. So boom, right? Now, like I said, we traded about not 24 hours. This guy asked for a refund, right? And I said no. And he said, I need a refund because my grandfather died last night and I need the money. And I said, no. P.S. I already sold some of the items you gave me for real money and I spent the money. He's telling me that he's going through a lot right now and he really needs the money back. I said, no, nigga, no refund. I don't do refunds. And he said, are you a sociopath? My grandfather is dead. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, I feel bad that you lost your grandpa. I feel bad, but this is my money now. Like, I'm sorry, you knew your grandpa was in the hospital in critical condition, right? You knew that. You want me to just return your stuff after we did business? Bro, I'm sorry you lost your grandpa. RIP your grandpa, okay? But I'm not gonna give you a refund. What do you think this is, Walmart? I don't even think you can do that at Walmart. I want to return the shirt I bought after I wore it because my grandpa died. You can't go into a store, buy a bag of Skittles, eat half of it, and ask for a refund. Like, the Aku policy is a no refund policy, even if your grandpa dies. Like, this is business, nigga. Like, it's not my fault you spent money at my business. It's not like I scammed you. I didn't. I even gave you a discount. I settled for less. And you got your TF2 hat. That was the deal. That was the business. You got a refund. You got what you paid for in completion. I didn't underhand you. I didn't sell you short. I sold myself short for you. And you want to talk about your grandpa. But now I'm a sociopath. All right, cool. Like people just use the word whenever something isn't going the way they want them to go, or someone that, oh, you're not having pity for my story. I have pity for you. We just had a deal. Like, I just can't go back on this deal. Am I selfish for not giving back his money after providing a service, after I spent the money too? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to get another loss here. After I already gave him a discount, I gave him exactly what he wants on a discount. I'm selfish. I'm insensitive. Like, that discount because of your grandpa, but I'm the sociopath. Like, all right, bro. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let me actually tell you about this guy a little bit more after I said no, right? And after I refused to give him a refund, he called me a sociopath. This guy threatens me, talking about how he's going to post everywhere on TF2 trading and Steam profile reputation websites not to trust me and that I'm a scammer. Oh, so you're going to make false accusations against me? You're going to lie on my name? That's not insensitive? That's not sociopathic? Manipulation, deceit, recklessness, irresponsibility, self-entitlement, aggression, and hostility, all traits of a sociopath. But I'm the bad guy because I don't want to give you a refund? I'm bamboozled. They say only 3 to 4% of men are sociopaths and 1% of the general population are psychopaths, right? That's the statistic. Even though this number indicates meeting people of this classification is very rare, I think what happens is some people, regular people, have some version of it in mild traits. Like, for example, they say both psychopaths and sociopaths have risk-taking behaviors, right? I know a lot of regular people who are very risk-taking, like to the point where I'm scared to even do anything with them. I feel like a lot of people are, for example, selfish. I could be selfish too. I could be cold, and we shouldn't immediately judge someone for being cold or unemotional because we don't know what someone is really going through. When I was on my medication last year, it zombied me out, right? Watch some of my older videos from last year. You can tell my tone is different. I don't have much energy. I come off very cold and distant from people. But would you have immediately assumed I was medicated, even if I didn't tell you guys? Or would you think I'm a cold person without truly knowing what I'm going through? Like, I'm medicated right now. Sorry, I have to take some medication. Like, some people are very guarded with and without medication. If you've been hurt by people, you might be very cold because you're protective of yourself. And technically, that is a trait of someone who is psychopathic or sociopathic, but I wouldn't sit there and diagnose you for being cold and unemotional. I have to truly know someone to say to myself what they really are like. I don't think I've ever truly believed someone was ever a sociopath or a psychopath. I have met people, though, who have a lot of these traits, but then again, I don't know their backstory. One of my close friends, he has a lot of sociopathic traits. Rather, he joked to me the other day about, this is what inspired this video. He joked to me the other day about him being a psychopath. And I asked him, like, do you really think you are? You really think you're a psychopath? Like, what do you think? And he laughed at that. And he said, I don't really know. Probably. I didn't do enough research on the topic. But here's the thing about this guy. Despite him having a lot of psychopathic or sociopathic traits, I find him to be a very close friend of mine. I know his story. When he was 8 years old, his father's life was taken from him right in front of his eyes. And his mother, not very good or pleasant to be around. So he sort of grew up in the streets of Brooklyn. He used to get into a lot of fights. He grew up very angry. Like I think a lot of us would be if, you know, your dad gets taken from you, right? And your mom is not really there. But now, like 40, 50 years later, he has a family. We do a lot of charity events together. During November of last year, I helped him hand out turkeys. For Christmas last year, We went to a nursing home and we raffled off some widescreen brand new TV to the families, right? Like why do we do charity together? Well, we never got a single thing out of that besides just let's just do it because we can. You know what I'm saying? Rather, when I was in the hospital last year, he stayed in contact with my mother, making sure she was okay and on her feet while I was away. And from other conversations and experiences with him, this guy has a huge heart. But let me tell you, he has anger issues at times, and he can be very cold. When it comes to business, he works in real estate and banking. He knows he is very unemotional and cold because you have to be in those industries. You got to be kind of aggressive in the real estate industry. And since it's real estate, trust me, he knows how to be charming and talk to people and convince them to potentially buy property. Like, he has a lot of traits, but I wouldn't diagnose him. You may say, well, Aku, maybe he's a high functioning socio or psychopath. Well, if that's the case, I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about that? Do I just stop being friends with him? Is he automatically a bad person? Do we have to think black and white here? This friend of mine, he has serious trauma and has developed coping mechanisms. And he learned how to navigate the world in a way that works for him. He's very well off. His family is very stable. You know what I'm saying? I met his kids. Like, his kids are very nice. Like, I understand. Like, yes, he has traits like coldness, charm, or lacking emotional expression in some situations, maybe even aggression. I would even say maybe even aggression, right? But he clearly cares deeply about others in his own unique way. He says that he feels like he got robbed out of a childhood because his mom and his dad, right? Well, with his kids, he's giving them, like, I think his kids are like, I wouldn't say, I don't even want to, I think they're spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lets the kids do everything. You know what I'm saying? They get a lot. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, labeling him doesn't, if I label him as a psychopath or a sociopath or a highly functional one, like, that doesn't just erase his loyalty, his generosity, or the fact that he has been there for me and other people in meaningful ways. It just means this friend of mine, he processes emotions differently. He's more strategic in how he interacts with people. So my point is, when we assume somebody is a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath, we have to truly understand somebody or know somebody in their deepest vulnerable moments. Do you know someone's heart truly? If not, I wouldn't go around doing stuff like this. This applies to any sort of medical diagnosis. We call people mentally ill in many different ways all the time, but sometimes we don't realize our own selfish needs and perspective on others, which is an opinion often, makes us jump to conclusions. That's just my take on this. I don't know how many of you guys actually and genuinely met somebody who is a sociopath or a psychopath, right? Can you genuinely say that to them? A genuine, true narcissist? How about that? I mean, we have to consider that a lot of disorders like this are on a spectrum. It's not like, boom, psychopath, 100%. And then, or it's 0%. Like, it's either that, one or the other. That's what I'm talking about, black or whiteness. Like, sometimes people have a certain percentage of certain traits. You get what I mean? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square. Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know